Hi, 1 second. All the videos I'm doing today are fueled by Barefoot White Zinfandel from California. Gorgeous, really nice, highly recommended. Hopefully I'll get sponsorship now. But on Friday I went to the comic shop and I picked up about 3 weeks worth of comic orders. So I've got 35 comics to read through. I've only read a handful. I've read 4. So what I thought I'd do, because they fall into easy. They're good ones to um, do a review of and a recommendation of, because one set I'll do a different video for. It's to focus on a particular character and title from a comic company that I've all but given up on. This one is to look at a new range of titles under a house banner of Dark from IDW. So this is IDW Dark, and they are dealing with licensed properties and creator-owned content with a horror slant. So I did get Event Horizon a few weeks back. I did not like that one. I couldn't work out whether it was a prequel or a sequel. It turns out it's a prequel, but I couldn't make head and tails of it, so I gave up on that one. But these two I'm very, very impressed with. They have done a Twilight Zone one as well, but I'm going to trade away for that because I think that'll look really nice in a book collection. But for these, I thought I'd get them in comic format. I'm not sure if they're ongoing or if they're miniseries, but whatever the case, very, very pleasantly. Hold on 1 second. Very pleasantly surprised by them. So the first one that I got was 30 Days a Night, Falling Sun. So 30 Days a Night was created by Steve Niles and Ben Templesmith years ago. I think it's about 2000, if not earlier. And of course, the film, it spawned a film as well, which was a huge hit. And it spawned a whole series of titles that followed on from the main miniseries. But then it stayed dormant for many, many years. And now they've resurrected it with this one. And this one's written by Rodney Barnes, and the art is by Chris Sheehan on pencils and inks, and colours by Zenon on chart, and letters by Alex Ray. The art is really, really good. It ties in nicely in the mood of the original 30 Days a Night series. So I've only read the first 2 miniseries years ago, and I wasn't lost. You can read this without having read any other 30 Days a Night. I was going to say Near Dark, which is one of my favourite vampire film. It drops you straight into it really, really cleverly. The dialogue's really good. I mean, it's Rodney Barnes who did Philadelphia, which I recommend you buying if you're a horror fan. It's quite possibly the best vampire tale I've ever read in comics, barring this one. He should write. They should give him the should let him take control of Blade. The perfect match, or do a Tomb of Dracula comic for Marvel. He'd be fantastic for it. He's one of my favourite horror writers in comics. He's done film work and things like that, so he's got a lot of experience. But yeah, very pleasing. Chris Sheehan does the cover as well. Like I said, you can dive into this blind. You don't need to have any prior knowledge of 30 Days a Night. All you need to know is set in Alaska, and there was vampires. It disappeared, but now they're back. And it's $5.99, but there's over 40 pages of stories, so I don't have a problem with that when you get a chunky comic like this. It's a really, really good, satisfying read, and I'm really pleased I picked it up. I would give this an 8 out of 10, and I definitely am keeping it on my subscription list. And next up, I'm just look at the cover. This is a gorgeous cover. I think this is the B cover, what I got, by Audrey Estock. And this is Return to Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow is my favourite Tim Burton film. And this is set 15 years after that film finished. So this one, you need a bit of familiarity with the film because it uses characters from the film, but it does do it in a very clever way. It does a really clever way of doing a recap of all that's gone before. So I think nearly everybody I know has seen Sleepy Hollow, but if you've never seen it, um, it does drop you in quite easily because about halfway through the story, there's this very clever recap. They do it in a very clever branching way, and they're just in these 2 pages. They just basically encapsulate, They basically um, they basically give you the main plot elements of the film and who the characters are. So of course you've got um, oh fuck's sake, don't drink and film. Oh, what's he called? Oh my god. Ichabod Crane. Oh my god. I've literally just watched Sleepy Hollow yesterday. So yeah. So it picks up so it's got Ichabod Crane. It's got the young lad who helps him in the series. Don't ask me for his name. I'm tipsy. But he's in it, but now he's a grown man because it's 15 years later. And it's got the young girl from the series who's now a woman and she's now a mum and she works in for an undertaker's, and she's gone back to the village, but gone back to Sleepy Hollow because she feels like the town needs her. The art by um, Savannah Mayer is really really nice, very gothic feeling. Got a really nice stylized style to it. Color, I love the color palette as well. It's got a very eerie kind of flavor, a very organic style, and the writing by Case Gilly, who I've never heard of both of these creators before. It's really good. It doesn't feel supernatural. It feels more like a mystery, and obviously, I think they'll pile the supernatural elements on it as the story goes on. And she's written. I don't know if it's a he or a she or a they, but Casey Gilly has written the character of Ichabod Crane pitch perfect like the series, like the film, and it's a fun read. It's a fun mystery. So basically, there's new fresh murders starts to appear in Sleep Hollow. So Ichabod Crane, he's moved away from Sleep Hollow, but he receives this letter, which is written by the his love from Sleepy Hollow by her daughter, and it's interesting how she writes it. And so he ends up back in Sleepy Hollow, and he's not seen her in 15 years. Um, and yeah, so this is the start of a really fascinating mystery. I would recommend both of these titles. These are very strong launches. I don't normally like licensed comics that much. Supernatural came out this week. I looked at it and thought, nah, the art was awful. Well, these both got good arts and really good solid writing. It's a good. This is how you do intellectual properties. It's last time I've enjoyed an intellectual property like this was the Alien comics from Dark Horse. It's got that kind of quality. Or say, for example, the Conan comics, what Tyson are doing right now. So yeah, I give these a strong 8 out of 10. Okay, so that's it. Oh, fuck. I've lost my little doodah. So yeah, yeah, oh, yeah, but no, but so yeah, so God, hold on. That's not me farting. That's somebody setting off fireworks, even though it's not bonfire night. It's the Boxing Day of Halloween today. So who knows? But anyway, that's that done. I'm going to do another video now. Like I said, the rest of the comics I've got a mountain to read. I've got about 31 still to read, so they'll appear as and when. It could be next week or it could be tomorrow. Who knows? Depends how quick I am. Keep on drinking now. It'll be next week. Okay, bye.